Hey guys, it's Heather here, and today I'm bringing you another tutorial. Yay, so excited! But before I get into that, I need to take care of some kingdom business, let you know some awesome things that have happened and will be happening in the kingdom. So if you're not in the kingdom, you don't want to be in the kingdom, go ahead and fast forward for about a minute and get to the juicy tutorial. Wait, what are you doing? Of course you want to know what's going on in the kingdom. Wait, listen to this. Oh, that's right. We have two new clans in the kingdom, number 12 and number 13, both of them double O's. First, we have the Orange Otters led by King Harry that have joined the kingdom. And King Harry, he was a co-leader in Golden Gators for a long time, super great guy. He's got the Orange Otters, which is a Town Hall 7 through Town Hall 9 clan. It's open to non-rush bases. It's a war clan, like every clan is a war clan. And just a really great place to be. It's family friendly, no swearing, none of that garbage kind of stuff. So cool clan that's open there, Orange Otters. And then the 13th clan, number 13, Onyx Orcas. And that's led by the Nawaz. Now this clan is adults only, and this is the first one in the kingdom that is high level town halls. It's max town hall 9s through to town hall 11s. So go ahead and check out, go to classtutor.com/join and look in the description. That's where you're going to see the link to the clans, what their hashtag is, so that you can join. Now, Onyx Orcas is a little bit different too. A lot of my clans are kind of hey, as long as you've had some good experience, you can come here and learn. But Onyx Orcas is for those of you who already have a lot of experience and you're looking to be with other people that know these hybrid attacks and are really great attackers. And we're going to make this a really super strong war clan. So a little bit tougher to get into that clan and stay in that clan, but it's going to be an awesome one where I'm sure I'm going to be grabbing a ton of replays from to share with you guys. So those two clans. Now, you've also seen red rhinos that it's appeared in several of my videos. We've seen it with some of our arranged war matchups. Now, red rhinos is not an official kingdom clan that is just available for people to join. That is just for members of the kingdom, and we're using that clan to do arranged wars. And in fact, we have an arranged war that's going to be starting later today. But if we're not doing arranged wars in that clan, what we're going to do is keep that clan going in war, and we have members from all over the kingdom that are coming and joining those wars. And if you want to be a part of the kingdom, one of the best things you can do is head over to Red Rhinos and join that clan and be ready for war. Don't be involved in another war, and come participate in a war with us and show us what you got. And if you're good and you can get some experience using Clash Caller and kind of how the kingdom works and get a feel for it, then it'll be easier for us to find a clan within the kingdom that fits you if it's right for us and it's right for you. That's only when we're not in arranged war matchups, which again, we're going to be starting that. So Red Rhinos is not going to be open for people to join until Sunday night, sometime after that arranged war. Be sure to check classtutor.com/join. It takes you to the join video, but the description is where you want to look for the most up-to-date information. And then of course, follow me on Twitter, because I'm always tweeting about what's going on in the kingdom, what's opening up, how awesome the different clans are and all their achievements and stuff. So be sure to follow me, Clash Tutor, on Twitter. I wasn't on Twitter before. Twitter wasn't for me. It may not be for you, but seriously, just download Twitter and join it just so you can follow me, because that's really cool. Okay, so we got all that stuff taken care of. That was way longer than a minute. Tried to talk fast, but let's get into the juicy tutorial. Now, because of all the changes that have been going on, our world is still a little bit upside down when it comes to Clash of Clans. And we still haven't got all the kinks and everything quite figured out, and farming's still a bit crazy, and just even logging on to Clash of Clans half the time is a bit crazy. So because things are still in the works and we have that extra dark spell and it's really changing up some of these things, I'm going to go back and pull from the archive this tutorial that I've been holding on to and meaning to get out for quite a while. But this is a Town Hall 8, and we're going to call this a wipeout attack. And this attack is so much freaking fun to do. And it's probably an attack that people are going to look at you and think you're totally crazy. And people in the war community will be like, this is like a GoWiPe. And why are you doing a GoWiPe? Don't you know the GoWiPe is a 2-star attack? Just get out of my clan. No, this is a little bit different. Now this comes from Hercules in Olympus 300, and this dude, he's such a cool guy. He is seriously one of the nicest guys ever. Just bend over backwards for you. He really worked on this attack, and he was like a complete beast on this attack. He would just go in and 3-star these max Town Hall 8s, and this attack works really freaking well on those anti-3-star bases. And what's hilarious to me about these anti-3-star bases is we started developing these because we're trying to prevent all these, hybrid attacks and the go-hos and the hog attacks and these kind of overpowered attacks. And we just forgot about GoWiPe because nobody was using that anymore. And so it's always really funny to me to see this anti-3-star base get 3-starred by a GoWiPe, which happens a little bit more than it should. But anyways, this is a little bit different. Let me tell you kind of the history behind this one. Now, in Clash of Clans, back in the early days, when even before GoWiPe, what people were doing, and you hear the early YouTubers talk about it, is they were doing a mass Pekka attack because that's what they had. This was their beast troop, and that's what they would use, and do a mass Pekka, and there you go. So this is kind of how it happens with Clash of Clans. It seems that as we do attacks and we perfect them, then nerfs come out that make it so we can't do those attacks anymore, and then we have to improvise and take it to the next level and try something new. But it seems that we always kind of just go full circle and come back to the beginning, base attacks, and start using those again to be able to 3-star. And that's what this attack is. This is just an homage to the past, and also to my man Hercules for coming up with this style of attacking. Or I shouldn't say that because somebody's gonna be, I've been doing this attack for 5 years. So Hercules did not invent this attack. Hercules invented this attack for me, so I'm gonna give him credit for it. So this attack, and I'm gonna call it a wipeout. You can call it a mass Pekka. You can call it the penta Pekka that picked a pack of peppers. No, just the wipeout attack. We're gonna be taking 4 level 3 Pekkas plus a max Pekka in the clan castle. Yeah, you can do a level 4, you can do a level 3 in there, but if you can get a max Pekka in there, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And the whole reason why Town Hall 9s should have level 4 Pekkas, so they can freaking donate a level 5 Pekka. I mean, honestly, right? Okay, I'll get off that. And then you're gonna be taking 18 wizards, just a bunch of wizards, possibly even more than that. Now, if you're not taking Earthquake, and most likely for this attack, you should be taking 4 Earthquake. But if you're not taking Earthquake, then you should take 8 Wall Breakers. You're also going to need a Giant to pull the clan castle with. If a Giant's not going to work to pull the clan castle, you're going to need a Hog. You're going to need to use a ground troop to pull the clan castle. And then 7 or so archers for cleanup. And then as far as your spells go, you're going to be taking 2 Rage, a heal, and then a double poison. That's just kind of the basic setup. So the double poison is going to get rid of that clan castle for you. Now, probably the better setup now that we have the spell donations is to take 4 Earthquakes. So one of those is going to be donated, one's going to be your dark spell space, and then 2 more that's going to take care of another spell. And then either 2 Rages or 2 heals or a Rage and a heal, just kind of how you like to play. I tend to use Rages more with my style of playing, but heals can be extremely effective. You have some options here. The thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open the base up as much as possible. And because you can take the 4 Earthquake now, that's likely going to be the go-to spell combination, is taking the 4 Earthquake. But like I said, if you want to use some Wall Breakers and break open those compartments to 2 poisons instead, you can do that as well. What we're going to do is we're going to have our Pekkas along with our Barbarian Keem completely encompass the base, and they're just gonna wipe it out. We're gonna have a group going to the right, a group going to the left, and a group up the center, and just whoosh, base is gone. And just how it always happens, right? So you have this attack divided into 3 groups. You have your core group, which is going to be 2 level 3 Pekkas and your clan castle Pekka and 8 of your wizards. And they're going to be the ones you're going to direct and funnel up the center. And then you're gonna have a Pekka that's gonna go around the right side. That's right, we're gonna send a Pekka on the outside, and we're gonna mean to do it. So a Pekka that's gonna go on the right, and we're going to follow with 4 wizards, and a Pekka that goes on the left side with a pack of wizards as well. So how we start this attack is you lure out the clan castle troop to a corner and you kill it. Take care of that clan castle. You can kill whatever that is. You know, if you take the double poison, I'm thinking likely you're not going to want to take the double poison. So you're going to want to probably have some extra barbarians in your army and, you know, do the clan castle where you pull it out to the corner, you drop some archers, and then you just drop a barbarian at a time, have some wizards behind there and take out the dragon or whatever there. And then you're going to deploy 2 Pekkas to create a small funnel for the core. So this is your left side and your right side Pekka, and you're going to set them off on either side so you still have, you know, where that path is to the center. You want to leave some buildings up so that your main core, they're going to have that little bit to nibble on to start pulling them in. You do those 2 Pekkas, one to the left, one to the right, and then you deploy 8 wizards and the clan castle Pekka into the center of the funnel. So they're going to start heading in. And then depending on kind of what happens with those funneling Pekkas that you started out with, if those 2 start heading into the center and they become part of your core group, that's great. There's your center group. If one of them gets away from you and starts wandering off the side, then it's like, okay, that's now my flanker. Back those flanking Pekkas up with 4 wizards behind them. So either you're going to be dropping new Pekkas or you're going to, one of those funneling ones is going to become your flanker. And you want to make sure that those flanking Pekkas are more forward than the core group, so that the flanking wizards are behind those Pekkas and they can start shooting over the walls and taking out towers. So that's why this is working, because you have Pekkas going around the outside, but each of those flanking Pekkas has their set of 4 wizards that are going to shoot over the wall and take care of all those point defenses. So these Pekkas, they're acting like golems, but they're also taking care of a lot of buildings at the same time. And that's why this is kind of a cool setup, because at Town Hall 8, you only get level 2 golems, and you can't take a max golem in your clan castle anyways. So these Pekkas are some of your beefiest troops, high hit point troops, and really the only thing they're vulnerable to is the Teslas. Okay, and then finally, you know, your last thing is your Barbarian King. Now, the Barbarian King, you can use him to replace one of those flanking Pekkas on the left or the right where something went wrong, where either they took too much fire or they just got off course. So you can set the Barbarian King down there to fill in, and he has some wizards to back him up, or you can send him into the center. Now, you're going to want to hold back 3 to 4 of your wizards to use as reinforcement in case wizards on one side hit a giant bomb or they get picked off, something goes wrong. You have those backup 3 or 4 wizards that are going to fill in, because you want to make sure as these Pekkas go around the left and the right side that they have some wizards with them to help out. Okay, now let's talk about spell placement for this attack. If you're taking wall breakers, you want to make sure that you have a rage. You're only going to be able to take about 8 wall breakers, so those need to be raged because you need to bust open a lot of compartments. What's going to be detrimental for this attack is a lot of compartments. So this attack works best on spread out layouts like a GoWiPe. So if you are using wall breakers, you need to make sure that you're using them to open up the compartments, because you don't want your Pekkas trying to bust through walls. It's also going to be good to have a heal spell and use that on the center, on the core troops when they start taking heavy fire, which is usually where the Teslas are, where it's going to be the scariest place for your troops to be. And you also want to make sure that your wizards that are part of the core team are benefiting from that heal, because if the wizards are taking splash damage from wizard towers or mortars, they can stay alive as long as they're in that heal space. Now, if you don't have wall breakers with you, you've used your 4 earthquakes, so that means that you now have a rage and a heal likely, then you're likely going to want to drop both the heal spell and the rage spell on your troops that are in the center, just to make sure you get everything taken down quickly, especially those Teslas. And again, kind of what I talked about before, what bases to look for. You're going to look for bases that are spread out. Anti 3-star bases are pretty good for this attack because they don't have a huge amount of all these, mini compartments. So you want spaced out bases where you can find a place you can drop 4 earthquake and open up, almost the entire base. And then the other thing is you're looking looking for that it's also spaced out. You only want to be having a few defenses targeting your troops at a time. So you don't want, packs of archer towers that can all sit there and just pound on one of your flanking Pekkas. So you want them spaced out so they're not taking too much heat at once, and gives it time for those wizards to get in and take out those point defenses. Now, the other thing you want to be looking for is the defenses that you need to take out from the flanking groups. Those defenses should be close to the wall so that a wizard can shoot over the wall and take them out. You don't want them set back too far that they're going to have to bust through a wall to get to them. You want those with that straight perimeter line where the flanking troops can just shoot over the wall and pick those off one at a time, and they can just continue going around the base and taking care of the perimeter. Now, this is just such a fun attack to do. It works really well. It works surprisingly well. I know I had a lot of fun doing this attack. Let me know how this attack works out for you. Give it a try. Leave me a comment below. Tell me how it did for you and what you think about it. Be sure, guys, that if you need any help at all, that you have downloaded Bindle and you're in the room, #Clash Tutor. There are some really, really great guys that are in there that are just super helpful. I can't be in there all the time. I definitely try and go in and say hi, but I'm really happy that we have such really cool people in that room that are more than willing to help you out with your attack and to get these tactics down. Also, follow me on Twitter. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm really liking Twitter. It's a place that I can be and just share some memes and just be funny and be myself. And it's fun to interact with you guys and the funny things that you say back to me too. Follow me on Facebook too. I got a lot of followers on Facebook, and sorry, I'm just not on there as much. It's kind of a different dynamic than it is with Twitter, where I just don't feel like we get to really communicate back and forth. But I'm sure to post things to Facebook too. If you're checking that every day, be sure to follow me on there. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.